This is the 2025 Houston Cougars. Some are calling them the best defensive team in college basketball history. And when you watch them, it's hard to argue. Pressure, traps, tip passes flying everywhere. You try to run your offense and they push you 30 feet from the basket. One mistake, one lazy pass, and it's gone the other way. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how they do it and show you how you can build this kind of defense with your own team at any age level. In today's video, here's the 3 things you're going to learn. Number 1, the key concept that Houston uses to wreak havoc on their opponents. Number 2, the one defensive stat that drives Houston's defense. Number 3, how you can teach your team at any age level to play defense just like the Cougars. And at the end, I'm going to give you a full breakdown with 2 drills that you can implement right away in your practices. That'll have your team playing better defense immediately. Let's start off with one of Houston's staple defensive tactics. I like to call this blitzing the ball handler. You'll notice they don't just switch or hedge here. They aggressively trap the pick and roll and force the ball handler away from the middle of the floor, but more importantly, away from the basket. The goal isn't just pressure, it's disruption. It takes away downhill driving lanes and forces the ball handler into making a decision, usually earlier than they want. Watch how Tugler jumps out hard while the rest of the defense rotates behind him to cover passing lanes. This is high risk, high reward, but Houston makes it worth their while with speed and discipline. The second thing that stands out is their relentless chaos once the ball handler picks up the dribble. Hands are everywhere, they're swiping at the ball, jumping passing lanes, and cutting off vision. The one goal here, get a tipped pass. Even if they don't get a steal, they're forcing a reset or burning clock. You can see how this would take a toll over the course of a game. So between the blitzes and the chaos after the dribble is picked up, Houston's defense is built to create turnovers without necessarily gambling. They turn every possession into a grind for the offense, and that's exactly the type of energy coaches look to build into their teams. All right, our first game is 10-second pressure, and this is one of my personal favorites as it forces both the offense and defense to work in a really tight, constricted area. The way you set this up, all you need is 4 cones. You'll need 1 basketball, and then each group will have 3 players. You can set this up all over the court as space provides. To start the drill, number 1, who is circled and has the ball, is going to dribble for 5 consecutive seconds. You can have your kids count this out loud, or they can just count in their head the best that they can. Defender X1 is going to do everything he can to pester the ball and attempt to force a turnover. When that 5 seconds has expired, now the dribbler has to pick up the ball and work to pivot and do everything they possibly can to hold on to that ball for 5 seconds while the defense does everything they possibly can to flail their arms, kick their legs to get a tip pass or a turnover. After 5 seconds, player 1 is going to attempt the pass to player 2, who's about 12 to 15 feet away. If that pass is completed successfully, then player 1 would get a point. If X1 tips the pass, it's worth 1 point, and if they get a complete turnover or the offense goes out of bounds, they get 2 points. After each possession, the players would rotate, and the first player to 5 points wins. And that's 10-second pressure. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, the HoopsGeek Play Creator. I've tried dozens of different play design softwares, and the HoopsGeek blows them all out of the water. Whether you're coaching a youth team or competing at a high level, this tool is an absolute game changer. If you use the link down in the description, you can try it out for free today. Trust me, once you use it, you'll wonder why you ever coached without it. Our next competitive drill is 2-on-2 Houston pick and roll. Keys to remind the defense of on this one: force the dribbler to retreat on the pick and roll. Make sure you're doing everything you can to get a tipped pass. And then lastly, sprint to recover. We're going to start the drill with a 2-high set, and the defense is right up on their man. We have to set a pick and roll to initiate the drill. When the ball screen happens, defender 1 is going to make sure to get over the top of the screen. Defender 2 is going to make sure to be up on his man as the screen is happening. And when the dribbler comes off, defender 2 is blitzing that action and forcing that dribbler as high as he possibly can. Player 2 is going to roll to the coned off area, and as soon as defender 2 sees that happening, he's going to sprint back in the paint. At that time, the dribbler is going to attempt to complete a pass to his teammate inside of the coned area. If the pass is completed, they'll play 1-on-1 to the finish. And if the offense doesn't score, the defense can score by either getting a tipped pass, which is worth 1, or a turnover or a steal, which is worth 2. Games can be played to 7, and you can change offense and defense as frequently as you'd like. And that's 2-on-2 Houston pick and roll.